Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Meme and Die podcast. Today, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Cord_Gamer.
What's up?
And the magnificent Noc.V.
How's it going?
Today, we're going to be talking about some crazy, absolutely wild news topics from this week, because a lot of things happened this week that were just kind of, interesting. So we're going to talk about them. However, before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves, because why not? We messed with this concept last week, but we decided we wanted to do some little personal questions at the beginning of the show so that people can kind of get to know us and like whatevs. So for our first question of the day, Cord_Gamer, my man.
Oh boy.
Can you list us
on the hot mic?
Can you list us an occupation or hobby that you have?
What type of I game, I stream. They're both. Technically, I get paid for it, so it's an occupation, and it's a hobby because I game, so it's both and or above. It's the best possible answer to the question as it covers all of my bases. I don't know what else you were trying to get from this question.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm not gonna tell everyone my real job like I'm a dishwasher or something like that. That would be embarrassing if that got leaked out to the public.
I don't think that's embarrassing. I was a dishwasher.
I mean, in a hypothetical, scenario to where I'm a dishwasher at a college cafeteria. Hypothetical.
Yeah.
That would be embarrassing. So I don't want to deal with that.
We don't want to leak
Twitch
that.
Streamer. No, not leaked at all. We don't want anyone to have any sort of semblance of an idea of what I do for a quote unquote living, when that really means just my loan payments per month.
Okay, Noc, do you have a more clear answer, not shadowed in mystery?
Sure. I mean, I actually have an occupation because I'm not a student. I am a software developer, web developer, specifically speaking, a UI developer. So like web front end stuff, JavaScript, HTML, that crap. I have a lot of hobbies, but I guess I kind of dabble a little bit in music production.
Dabble a little bit,
yeah, just like a tiny bit. I just kind of put together a chord here and there every once in a while in my free time.
It's not like you wrote the intro or anything.
Good point.
Or it has like a monthly check from Patreon.
Oh God, yeah, true. I mean, and Spotify and everything like that. But
no need to flex.
Nice.
Right. Anyways, what about you, Musier?
Man, I've got a lot of hobbies. But as for an occupation, I'll do that one first because that's easy. I'm a barista. I work making coffee for people, and I enjoy it quite a lot because I work in like a not very busy place. So it's very chill and very nice. As for hobbies, I have a lot as well. I skateboard, I play games, I draw. There's a bunch of other things that'll probably come up and I just have no idea. But yeah, that's it for me. And I'm just going to do one more question that's like kind of personal for this week, and then we'll get to the news. But this one's kind of convoluted. So guys, what is your first exposure to the internet?
Please define all the terms in that sentence. Please define. I need
define. First.
I'm at a spelling bee here. Please definition of the word. Use it in a sentence, please.
Okay, so first exposure. Let's do like first time that you use the internet to like interact with people.
Ooh, okay.
On the internet.
Oh.
Or, I have a better idea of this question because I feel like, again, that's kind of convoluted again. Like, when was the first,
I'm leaving it open-ended.
Let me develop this thought before you shoot it down, bitch.
Okay.
Like more of like, what started you off in your kind of internet personality that you have today?
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of an interesting question than when was the first time you touched the internet, interacted with someone with the internet, because no one wants to hear about how I played AOL games when I was like 3 or whenever that was.
Okay, well then fine. How did you begin as a personality on the internet?
How did I begin as a personality on the internet? Well, So yeah, that's how I became a personality on the internet. It's really quite an amazing story.
You fucking shape the question into something that fits you, and then you don't say shit.
I know, right? You really did.
Matteo, how about you? Please tell us all about your origin story.
Okay. So for me, starting out on the internet, it used to just be like Flash games and stuff. And that was like how I got into the internet. And then I found YouTube. And then I made YouTube videos for a little bit, like when I was like, God, I was like 14 years old or something like that.
They're absolutely hilarious. Absolutely
They're
hilarious.
awful, and I hate them. They're incredibly embarrassing. And there's only 2 that I left up on my channel because I was like, I'm not going to nuke everything. But it was bad.
You shouldn't have nuked anything. That's so sad.
I know I shouldn't have. I know.
An important part of internet history is now forever gone.
Well, it was because in high school, like in my very first year of high school, I like told people about it, and then they found it, and then I got embarrassed about it, so I deleted a bunch of them.
Aww.
So yeah, I know. But then after that, I like didn't use social media for like forever, and then like I think in my sophomore year, toward like the end of the sophomore year, I picked up Discord and streaming. Or actually, no, streaming I did in like that summer after my sophomore year. But pretty much ever since then, I've just kind of been here doing my own thing. Noc, how about you? You I'm sure you have an interesting origin story, I guess.
Probably. I mean, it's going to sound incredibly primitive and boomer-esque, I guess.
That's what I'm excited about, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Back in the good old days of dial-up connect.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, a lot of my experience with technology and the internet is through my brother, my older brother, who kind of, I guess, introduced me to a lot of that stuff. I remember him getting a dial-up 28.8K modem and hooking it up to a free internet service, which like showed ads while you were browsing the internet.
And I was trying to say that ironically.
No, it's nothing ironic about it at all. Hooking up to BBS forums and playing text-based online games. I didn't do that personally. Like it was just me watching. Like my specific first probably experiences on the internet was actually downloading Pokemon Red and Blue ROMs to play with $0 GBA, a DOS based Game Boy emulator.
That's so sick.
Absolutely fantastic.
That is so awesome. As someone who has done a lot of emulating in his life, that is the coolest shit.
Yeah, and it took like 15 minutes to download because it was like 1.4 meg.
Wow. I never even thought about that, but like emulation and DOS, that's woof.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. And then
how about sorry, I was just gonna ask like personality, like as an internet, I don't know, presence on like social media or like producing music for you. I guess. How'd you start there?
I went through a lot of personality iterations. Even though I don't think like Noc.V is the coolest name ever, it's honestly kind of cringy. But I've made it a promise to myself that I would stay with this one because I've gone through so many. But yeah, I made music under about probably 4 different names prior to Noc.V.
Jeez.
I've been making music for, now I think about it, pretty damn close to 18 years.
Wow.
You know, I was about to go, I've been making music for 20 plus years. And then you say 18. And I go, oh, shit. Bring out the AARP card, guys.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's enough from us. Let's move on to some actual news, some crazy stuff that happened. First things first, Kanye's new album, Donda, finally dropped. It got like teased that it was going to drop like, I think like a month ago or a month and a half ago or something like that. And then it didn't. And then he started this live performance out of it. He's been performing in like, I don't even know, some stadium for like a month or whatever. Which, by the way, the rent is like $500,000 per month on that. That's insanity for him to be doing that. He like lives there. That's crazy. But the album finally got released, and like this past week, and apparently it wasn't with Kanye's approval. UMG just decided to drop it for him, just without his consent. And they also removed a song from the album. It was the original version of Jail 2, which featured DaBaby and Marilyn Manson.
Interesting combination.
Kind of crazy. Yeah. Interesting combo for sure. But like,
aren't both of them
crazy
been
that the label did
drama
that
recently?
They have, yeah.
A little bit. I honestly feel like that's kind of why both DaBaby and Marilyn Manson are on that track. Like almost as if like Kanye is known to be kind of more of a conservative person, and conservatives have kind of like an aversion to cancel culture. So I feel like maybe that was kind of like an FU to people in a way. And that might have been why UMG didn't really want to release that track.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe it was ultimately
just I think it was just because of the controversy, and so UMG was like, "I'm scared to put this out."
Probably.
Honestly, I think it was just. I would guess it was probably just bad timing. It was just luck that both of those two people were on the same album and got in drama around the same time, and UMG was just like, UMG was over here like, "Dang, this is like a sign from God. Remove that shit. Pump it out now." Go.
Oh my God.
I have no idea how that would happen. There must have been some sort of contractual thing between UMG and Kanye, and that the release date of these things should have been known for a very long time. Either Kanye knew when it was coming out and UMG did some shady shit, or Kanye's lying and just being a little bit of a brat.
I feel like
or he's
record
doing it
companies.
for the attention.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like record companies may have more power over musicians and their music than we would think. Like, just talking about this kind of reminded me a couple months ago. I can't remember what Twitch event it was. It was some sort of Twitch sponsored event that they had Metallica live playing, and like 15 seconds into Metallica playing on stage, they like put over it some like lame copyright free wood pipe music for the rest of the performance because the record label got all pissed at them. So I feel like record labels have more control over artists and their music and their intellectual property per se that we tend to give them credit for, or even think about, because we're not musicians over here and we don't give a shit.
If the contracts are set up so that the artist gets paid like in advance, and then there's like a contract signed where any music that you produce over a certain period of time is the property of the label. That happens with a lot of artists. I remember specifically I was reading about Yellow Wolf signing a deal with Shady Records, and there was a lot of controversy with him recently.
Sounds pretty shady.
And really, dude. All right.
What can I say? I go for the low hanging fruit. What do you mean? Do you really expect me to pass up on that comment? Please.
Well, yeah, his contract specifically stated that he owed Shady Record a certain number of albums. So yeah, you could be absolutely right, and that the record labels have a lot more power over this than we think.
Yeah, I bet that actually is it. But like, it also, like, just the fact that they removed a song, or like there's a version of Jail 2 that's like up there, but it's not the original. Like, I want to know how that happened. Like, why does he have just two versions of this song? Probably
that happens a lot.
I feel like one of them. I feel like one of them, the one that's up on Spotify, might have been a previous version that got cut out due to like, what's it called? Just the creative process.
Yeah.
And then Kanye was like, "Oh, I like this version with DaBaby and Marilyn Manson better." And so that's the one that maybe he used in the performance or something. I don't know.
But I think the one with DaBaby and Marilyn Manson is on Spotify, or at least it was when I looked.
Oh.
It doesn't. If you look in the credits, it uses their real names. I think Marilyn Manson's real name is like Brian something.
Huh. I didn't notice that.
But this kind of chopping and changing of artists in like mainstream music is actually really, really common. So like Do you know the song by the Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber, "Stay"?
Oh, yeah.
So if you actually look on YouTube, there's a version of that track that came out maybe a month or two before the version with Justin Bieber. It didn't originally have Justin Bieber on it. It had Juice WRLD on it.
What?
Yeah.
Huh. Whoa. That's I was not expecting that. Okay, then.
Yeah, like the Kid Laroi and Juice WRLD were actually really, really good friends before, unfortunately, he passed.
Damn. That's crazy. Wow. So what do you think of Donda, everybody? Just real quick. Let's get that out there.
I'm surprised we didn't actually get to that yet.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Noc, what did you think? Being resident music man.
I think it was a letdown.
I think it was too.
I think Kanye is incredibly talented. His production is, for the most part, really good. There are a few good tracks on this album, but it's not a strong album.
No, it doesn't. It's like good, but like a lot. You have to sift through the bad to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the production is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just like or what am I trying to think of? Like on the like music tech side of things, it's like really cool and interesting, but like I don't know, just something feels wrong. It rubs me the wrong way. Cord, what do you think?
I think I have an interesting the insight into this, because like I don't listen to a ton of rap. I'm not a huge fan of rap. It's not something I really listen to. And just for the sake of the podcast, because I had a feeling this would come up, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put myself through hell this week and listen to both new rap albums that came out this week. Just cause, why not? And I feel like it was hard to listen through. So a couple things. Number one, the length. It was way too bloated of an album.
Yeah.
Like, goodness graciousness, the amount of songs that were just
hour
super
46 minutes, I think.
Super repetitive and shit. Like, it was just very unnecessarily long. Too many tracks. And I feel like I get the appeal of it, but I feel like just because of Kanye's feelings and his now religious affiliation that he's trying to put in his music and his life now, the album felt really divided into almost like this Christianese rap album, but also like a depresso sad boy rap album. And it was trying to be both.
Yes.
It was trying to be both, but didn't do either well at all. So it was just like, it felt like a bunch of really well performed mush.
That's a really, really good take on that.
Yeah, that's like what I am like feeling in my head. I'm like, that's what I wanted to say.
It's kind of funny looking at the track count for it and think, like, when I originally saw the track count, just the track count alone, I thought, oh yeah, this is one of those albums that's like tons of tracks, but they're all like a minute and a half to 2.5 minutes just to get those streaming counts, just to make that money. And I looked at it, I'm like, no, these are all full length tracks. This album is massive.
For real.
Yeah, Jail is like 9 minutes long. Jail 2 is like 10 minutes long or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, I gotta.
Was it Jesus Christ or something? Jesus Lord.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I gotta ask though, for you music people, more musically interested people than I am, is there just something about dropping albums the first week of September or some shit like that? Because by my calculations, there was 4 different albums that dropped this week. Like, what the fuck? You had Donda. Then you had Certified Lover Boy from fucking Drake. Then you had an Imagine Dragons album drop that I didn't expect, which was really good. It's probably my favorite album.
It was really good.
And then I just found this out like an hour ago, and I listened to the album an hour ago too. Moist Critical dropped an album.
What?
Yes.
Whoa. Damn.
Like, what is with the September week 1 drop of all the albums from like every major influential music personality and YouTube personality for that matter?
I might be out of the loop here, but I didn't know that Moist Critical made music.
So like
he does,
he does. Like it's kind of like if I had to, I was trying to think of what I would say in here. I never really was able to fully come up with a great statement, but it's almost like a more heavy metalier Nirvana, almost kind of that grunge, but more emphasis on like heavy metaler and a little bit more screamo.
Yeah. 2019 guy.
But yeah, it was a bunch of, it was like, I think it was like six of those like tracks that he's been releasing over the past couple of years, remastered, and then like 4 new original ones or something like that.
That does sound pretty good, actually.
Still got the Lil Nas X album coming out still.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
that comes out in like, what, 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think it's the 17th.
Bro, everyone's trying to help their third quarter stock prices go up. Like, Jesus Christ.
Right? I don't know why that is, honestly.
I wonder if it maybe is something to do with the Grammys, like getting onto the next year's Grammys.
Ooh, maybe. That would make sense.
Like,
what are the Grammys?
Huh. No idea. All right, nobody has an answer to that question.
Beautiful.
All right, let's move on. Cord, do you want to introduce a topic real quick for us?
Sure, beautiful. So earlier this week, I don't even know when the fuck it was, but some pictures for the new Resident Evil movie reboot came out. Pictures contained shots featuring Ivan Georgia. The most popular role I could find him from was from Zombieland 2. He was the hippie guitar guy, for any of you guys that have watched that movie.
Oh.
He'll be playing Leon Kennedy. Robbie Annell, who was a star in the rom-com The Duff, which is the only second time I've ever heard of that movie. I wasn't expecting to ever hear that movie again, as Chris Redfield. And then the Raise Runner star, Kea Scodelario. She was the girl in the Maze Runner series. Like Teresa, I think that's what her name was.
The girl.
I mean, there was one main girl in the camp of boys. That was like a big plot point in the first movie or whatever. And she will be playing Claire. The director is Johns Roberts. He directed 47 Meters Down. And he says this reboot has nothing to do with the other Resident Evil movies in either story or tone, as this movie called Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City will be going for more horror rather than sci-fi action.
So wait, it's going to be... So it's just... This is literally just a branded movie. It's literally just a horror movie, but Resident Evil flavored.
Okay,
that's literally what they're saying.
Have you ever watched the Resident Evil movies before?
No, I've not, admittedly.
This is interesting because I think the original Resident Evil movies like had barely anything to do with the games.
Yes, they had very little to do with the games. Well, like, I mean, of course, there's like zombies and Umbrella and some of the big name characters were in there, but they didn't go along with the plots of the games at all, neither in story or tone. Like, it was a little like I'd watched a couple of like Resident Evil movies here and there, not in any order on like TV and shit. And I was shocked when I went and played Resident Evil 2. I was like, I wasn't ready for this to be like this fucking scary. Like, I was expecting it to be like Resident Evil 4, even less scary than that game can be at sometimes. So I think it's interesting that they're going back to its roots and actually going to make a Resident Evil movie, not whatever bullshit the movie series was.
Yeah, it almost sounds like they're going to do it the way that it was supposed to be done, but I'm also kind of not holding my breath because generally speaking, video game movies don't turn out too well, but there have been kind of, what's the word?
They've been on the up. They've been on the up.
Yeah, there's been examples that kind of break that idea. Like, say, for example, I want to say Detective Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I think that was actually that was a really good adaptation of a Pokemon, that you could possibly do in terms of Pokemon and live action. So many people hated it, but I thought it was really good. And I would say Sonic. I haven't seen the new Sonic movie, but it looks like
it wasn't like good, but it wasn't bad for a kids movie.
Yeah, it was just definitely made for kids. That's like the main thing that I took away from it. It's not an adult movie at all. It's just
there could be kids movies that are made for adults.
Well, yeah, but this one just kind of wasn't. But it was still entertaining and like pretty cool to watch.
It was okay. Like as a gamer over here, it was okay. It wasn't. It was
okay.
It was a very much a
well,
kid's
you didn't
movie.
grow up on Sega, so.
I played Sonic here and there, so.
So let's say shut the fuck up, Cord. I would
We need to
say
stop
like
fighting like children.
this. I would say the Resident Evil movies are a bad example. One of the bad examples of video games getting turned into movies. The Doom movies. There was one like back in like 2000 and something. Did it have The Rock in it? I think it had The Rock in it.
I think one of them
was shit.
I had
no
The
idea.
Rock in it.
I didn't even know they had movies.
Yeah.
There was actually a Doom movie recently. It went straight to fucking DVD. It was trash.
The fate of all shit movies is DVD.
Dude.
But yeah, it's like I would say that video games being made into movies has had kind of a bad history, but they've been doing good recently. So it could be good, but
Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath.
I mean, it'll be
I don't
interesting.
know. I feel like with the way that Resident Evil, 7 and 8 went, I feel like they're definitely going to get this horror stuff down because like it just 7 and 8 were really, really creepy. Like
Yeah.
especially
8 wasn't that
7.
creepy. Yeah, 7 was more creepy than 8.
7 was
Yes.
so scary.
Yeah.
It's so creepy.
Yeah, I don't. I think it'll be interesting to think because I feel like at least the gaming side of Resident Evil is best when it's both of its horror and action. It has
Yes.
that nice symbiotic balance that I think has been best most recently seen in Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's when the franchise is at its best. Whenever it swerves too much in one direction, it can still be good. It's just not as good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Noc, do you want to introduce one of your topics?
Okay. Yeah. So this is kind of funny because like I don't really follow Dr. Disrespect I don't really follow any Twitch streamers at all. But I found the history behind Dr. Disrespect getting banned from Twitch really, really fascinating.
Ooh.
So a while ago, Dr. Disrespect gets randomly banned from Twitch. No one knows anything. There are a bunch of people speculating. There was this guy that was in like I think he was like a video game / esports journalist called Slasher, and he was talking about Dr. Disrespect has done something completely horrible. He'll never stream again. He was like something seriously like illegal, horrible, something incredibly bad. They made it out. So many people, I can't remember what streamer it was, but some streamer said she knew information that was like saying that Dr. Disrespect would never stream again because of what he did. And it was like,
oh my gosh.
Dun dun.
Yeah,
it was probably
it was
Amaranth or something.
I think it actually was. That was the name that came to my head, but I didn't want to say it just in case.
God.
Wait, was it Amaranth?
I think it was.
Oh gosh.
I feel like no. I think what you're thinking of with Amaranth was that one time she was like blackmailing the Twitch mods so that she didn't get banned
Oh
or
my
whatever.
God.
Like she has dirt on their names and that's why she doesn't get
Probably.
banned or something.
Wait, are
that's
you
a
sure?
separate topic. That's keep going on.
I've
Mark.
never
I'm sorry.
heard of that. Hold up. Now I'm interested
Let's
in
keep-
this. Hold
Okay,
up.
all right.
Pull up the secondary monitor.
So basically it is believed, or I think Amaranth has said or something like that,
Or Alinity.
that she has like, oh, it might have been Alinity. Yeah, she was the one that gave the vodka to her cats. That's what it
Oh my
was.
God, I did not
Yeah, I
know
was gonna
that.
say
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah.
I don't remember
that's who it
Amaranth
was.
saying that. I was like, what?
Yes. I'm
It was
sorry. I
Alinity.
got my
That
names
makes
wrong.
sense.
They
That
both
makes
start.
sense.
They both start with A,
That's
and so
true.
I get messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyways.
All right. Sorry. No.
So this all happened at the time that Mixer shut down. So the running theory is that the reason why Twitch banned Dr. Disrespect is because they didn't want to have to pay out his contract because he had an exclusive contract with Twitch.
Oh.
And Twitch realizing that there's no major competitor to Twitch anymore meant like, fuck it, we can just ban him and not pay out his contract. That way we can save money and don't have to worry about him.
What?
That's the running.
Is that confirmed?
That is the theory. However, so that all happened like I want to say maybe even 6 months ago. It was a while ago. So recently there was a clip of Dr. Disrespect saying essentially, he was talking about how he was really salty about the Twitch ban, about how, you know, when people look up his name, that all they see is all this information about, you know, being banned from Twitch. Because, you know, now he streams on YouTube and pretty successfully as well.
Yeah.
So, and he was talking about, you know, the damages are huge. I can't get contracts with Disney or anything because, I don't know, maybe he was planning on doing something with Disney, which would have been interesting. But maybe something fell through because of his reputation. Because when you look him up, everything talks about him being banned because it is a massive deal.
I would be surprised. I saw that video that you're talking about, that clip of him talking about, ranting about the ridiculousness of the Twitch stuff. I would be very surprised if Disney was going to hire Doc some sort of thing. But I feel like that was just more of like, oh, look, this, or just using Disney as an example, because Disney's one of the biggest brands out there, of just like how much just having that dirt on your name really affected him. Yeah. Because like if you just say, NVIDIA didn't want to do a deal with me, no one's going to care. Or not care as much as you go, Disney didn't want to do a deal with me anymore. It just overemphasizes his point in making that it just really screwed him up.
I will say that Dr. Disrespect is incredibly, incredibly ambitious. And the amount of things that he does that is just not just streaming. Like he did like the level design for that game. What was it? Cord, me and you used to play it a bit.
Wait, what?
What?
Rogue Company?
Rogue Company?
Yeah, he designed that level that's about Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, I didn't realize he developed that level. That's actually kind of cool.
I mean, before he was a Twitch streamer, he was a map designer he designed maps in Call of Duty.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he hates Warzone.
That's funny.
But yeah, so recently there was this clip of him, like just after he was talking about all his damages and everything, he said that he now knows the reason why Twitch banned him, and that's the reason why they're now suing the fuck out of him. His words.
Wait, what? No, wait, I thought it was the other way around.
Wait, what?
What?
No, he said he's
getting sued?
No, he now knows why Twitch banned him, and that's the reason why he is now suing the fuck out of Twitch.
You said it the other way around the first time.
You said it the other way around the first time.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
All right, whatever.
So he is suing Twitch.
Yes.
So this could be really interesting because this could go a number of different ways. So either they settle out of court and they settle before anything's filed, and nobody knows anything it could be a condition of them settling is that nobody knows what happened. You know, no beans get spilled.
If I had to guess at this point, I wouldn't pin Doc on the type of guy who's gone through this bullshit for the past year now-ish, and it's just going to go, I'll take $250,000 outside of court without letting everyone know what the fuck actually happened. Smile.
Well, here's the thing.
Walks off his merry day.
Here's the thing.
Let him talk.
The minute he files anything against Twitch, it becomes public knowledge.
Yeah.
Anybody can look up the filings and everybody will be able to find out exactly what's going on. As long as, you know, he makes sure that his bases are covered in terms of what he accuses Twitch of, he will be fine to spill the beans through legal papers. And then
interesting.
One of the things that I thought of was that the reason why he specifically talked before he admitted to the whole suing Twitch thing, he specifically talked about what damage that getting banned has done for his career, and specifically talks in terms of monetary value, what being banned has done to him. That is the reason why he talked about all those things, is so that he can use it in a case. Because when you sue something for somebody, you have to prove damages. You can't sue somebody for something that hasn't damaged you.
Right.
At least not in America.
Huh. That's interesting.
So I think it was very, not suspicious, but very obvious as to why he said those things before he admitted to suing. And things could play out pretty interesting. But But now we hear that Tim the Tatman has left Twitch.
Right? Tim the
Yeah.
Tatman left Twitch to go to YouTube gaming after being on Twitch for God knows how long.
And it was always crazy because I would say Tim the Tatman was one of the guys who complained so much about not being able to play with Doc anymore because apparently you can't play with people on Twitch who have been banned, which absolutely sucks. And
Makes sense, but
there was like an event, like an Activision Warzone kind of event or something like that had like an advertisement for Dr. Disrespect on it on Twitch, which was crazy. It was like was it Dr. Disrespect and Mountain Dew had like a partnership or something, and they played that advertisement on Twitch. That was hilarious.
That's awesome.
But I've also heard Tim the Tatman talking about apparently there are like other big name Twitch people that are planning on leaving and going to YouTube.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Asmongold leaves.
Asmongold already said he was leaving.
He did? Oh, damn.
But he was leaving streaming in general.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's taken a big hiatus
sad
before.
to see him go.
He's taken massive, and then he came back, started playing Final Fantasy 14, and like brought
but he's
everybody
like one
over
of the
to
old
it.
heads at Twitch. I'll be sad to see him gone. Damn.
Yeah, he's said things about leaving. I think it's already confirmed. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Has he said anything
That's
of
so
like
sad.
he has plans of what he's going to do after?
I don't think he wants to do anything.
He's just going to retire.
Well, like, has he talked about anything like, well, I know everyone's going to be worrying about me in my personal life, so I'm picking up a night shift job at Lowe's for the next 10 years. It'll be really good. It'll be really good for my mental health, just get out in the world and get out of my cave and stop playing WoW for 35 hours a day. Anything like that?
Oh, my God.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't.
Okay.
Oh, there's no way he's like coming off of MMORPGs at all. He's still gonna play them. He's just not gonna stream it.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Those games suck your life in, bro. They're terrible.
I gotta ask, how good was that Asmongold impression for really off the cuff unpreparedness?
I didn't even know you were
I didn't know you were doing an impression. I'm sorry, dude.
All right. 0 out of 10, I'll take it. I'll work on the Asmongold impression.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Hey, what can I say, guys? I really didn't prepare for it. It was really unexpected. Nowhere on my podcast notes was there a diagonal link to Asmongold, so I didn't even wasn't even on the mind really until about a minute and a half ago.
But yeah, so Twitch, it seems like Twitch is kind of in a bad light right now with things like hate raids and all this absolute nonsense.
Yeah, that was another thing that that happened this week. We didn't write notes about it, but can we talk about that?
Which was
the day off Twitch.
The day off of Twitch, where people boycotted Twitch for a day.
Yeah,
because Twitch was doing nothing about hate raids against minorities.
Did they made an announcement saying that they were planning on doing something? Didn't they?
Yes, they did. After people refused to use the site for the entire day, people stopped streaming, people stopped watching, everything. It was crazy.
Well, did you hear about that guy who got follow botted into the top 10 streamers?
No, but I don't doubt that it happened because that shit happens all the time.
It was over 1 million follow bots brought him into the top 10.
No.
And it's
that's awful.
I don't as a software dev, as somebody who does stuff with web dev, I don't understand how Twitch can let their platform allow registrations and not allow hundreds and thousands of bot registrations. Cause there are ways to detect about, that kind of stuff. Say for example, you can't get 1 million fake IPs, 1 million proxies and register 1 million different accounts.
What I saw and just lightly reading over this stuff, not even preparing for the podcast, but something along the lines of Twitch doesn't have a feature, the basic security feature of, oh, hey, before you use this account with this email, you need to confirm this email.
Yeah, no email confirmation.
Every other company in the world fucking has. So I think it was saying that you can make up to 3 different bot accounts with 1 email.
Yeah, and they probably don't restrict it based off of IP address as well. So you could probably make 2,000 bots off of a single IP address, and it probably has nothing to trigger it because this shit wouldn't happen if Twitch had the most basic protections.
Damn. Oh my gosh. That's so annoying to hear because like literally botting has been a problem for like so long. Like I remember getting hit with bots when I like first started streaming, and like I still get hit with bots that are just like advertisements like, hey, come buy some followers. And I'm like, nope, fuck you, ban.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you're never going to get rid of that stuff because that's just like one account. But this like hate raid stuff with like thousands of accounts and then follow bots and all this absolute crap, this is preventable. Twitch could do better.
Well, I'm glad they got bullied into it by the community finally.
It was bound to happen. If they weren't going to do anything about it, either they'd lose their relevance as a platform or they would have to do something.
I feel like they probably are losing their relevance. I think more and more it is seeming
as people move to YouTube. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see just next 9 months, 6 months of where Twitch is at. Cause like
we could be
now,
seeing
not only do you have things like hate raids and all that shit going on Twitch. Twitch has been in a negative light for a while. Now you have Tim the Tap Man leaving Twitch and going to YouTube to going to streaming. And now we're talking about some sort of legal action against Twitch from Doc, which who knows how the fuck that's going to go on. But that's probably going to show some really bad stuff on Twitch too. I think more and more about this bad stuff that Twitch kind of goes on, the more and more YouTube gaming will become more of a viable option.
Yeah.
I think at the very least, in terms of with Dr. Disrespect, at the very least, something will happen and they'll settle and maybe Twitch will allow Doc back. Or at the most, we'll see some really scummy behavior of Twitch, which is just going to add to what I think we're possibly seeing is the beginning of a snowball effect of Twitch falling from grace.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if it'll... The only way that it falls out of grace is like in popularity terms, because like in money terms, they're fine because Amazon.
Yeah, but you've also got the monolith of Google.
Yeah.
But think about this. They just took a big hit. Tim the Tap Man ain't no small guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like, honestly,
I feel like the day that like Ludwig and gosh, who's that other guy? XQC. When they leave, this whole thing is done.
Yeah. Well, Ludwig was the actual guy who originally, now that I remember it, Ludwig was the guy who said that there are at least 10 people, 10 big streamers that are looking to leave Twitch. He might be one of them. If he's one of them, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah. I don't know. No. I would be surprised if Ludwig would leave.
I hope he does.
At least just yet.
I would be too.
I would be because he's kind of built like I feel like more than other people. He's kind of built himself on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like he's the Twitch guy. He definitely
like played their game.
That's true.
He's completely changed the streaming game forever.
Yeah.
So like I would be really surprised if he left anytime soon. But I feel like one of the things that kind of hurt Mixer at the end and is hurting YouTube gaming now. Part of the reason why I haven't switched over, because I've lightly thought about it, just because, is that it's just there's not enough people that consider YouTube a streaming platform at the moment. And I think all these moves are going to help that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
and also it's hard to like find new streamers on YouTube. Like I have never once in my life like searched a YouTube stream like section or anything like that.
There is a whole section for it.
Like YouTube stream. I've never been there. I've never ever in my life been there.
Again,
the only time I've looked at YouTube streams was like I think my college did one for like what's it called? Orientation. Noc did one with some friends like a while ago, and I think Sharp Z did streams on YouTube, and I would watch those. But that's it, and that's over the course of like years. Like that's like 3 years maybe, and I've like just never searched for new streamers on YouTube
because you always go to Twitch, and that's the problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, if it's easier to find people on Twitch.
I don't know if this is a thing, but if YouTube does something where they can create like a YouTube gaming front page that shows gaming streams specifically, there could be kind of a hub for discovery in terms of gaming streams that might be what's missing.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't even know what YouTube streaming or gaming looks like right now.
Neither do I.
Oh my gosh. All
Speaking
right,
about things that we have no idea that we look like. Nintendo. Nintendo. We shit on Nintendo last week. Shut up. This is my article. I did the research on it.
Okay, all right.
Your fault for not hopping on this one. But
I wanted to do a transition. Screw you.
too late. I got it. Stole it right
right.
from under you.
Fine,
Speaking about things that we don't know how it may or may not look. Rumor has it that Nintendo may be releasing Game Boy games for Nintendo Online people on Switch. So,
Let's go.
rumors started with this podcast called Nate the Hate that this would be a feature coming out soon. But then various different gaming news sources have all secured their own insider confirmation of this. There are no details of like titles or when this feature would be released or details or anything like that. However, this would kind of make a lot of sense as Nintendo didn't commemorate anything for the 30th anniversary of the Game Boy last year. And as there's kind of a national chip shortage, which would make it hard for any physical quote unquote remaster or remake or re-release of the classic Game Boy to come out, it makes sense that they would make a kind of like a Game Boy app, kind of like they have the SNES and NES apps for Switch.
Dude, I'm so excited for that. If that actually happens, that'll be so crazy. But I don't feel like they will put Pokemon games on there, at least mainline ones, because there's like going to be no possible way for you to trade stuff unless I do like Wi-Fi link cables.
Yeah.
Which would be like,
or Bluetooth.
that would be wild. Yeah. So I feel like while it is like a really cool thing, I don't think that people are like going to get what they expect out of this. Like, I feel like it's going to be, I don't know, like maybe obscure games or like there's going to be more like a variety and less of a concentration of just the popular games. Because that's kind of how the NES and SNES apps are right now.
I just want Lego Star Wars on the Game Boy edition. That's all I want.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yes, I grew up playing that shit. That game's so different from the original. It's hilarious.
Oh, no.
It's so crazy.
No.
They are two different games for two different generations of people. It is hilarious, and I want to relive childhood memories by playing the lesser version of the Game Boy Advance Lego Star Wars. Please and thank you. That's all I want.
So Pokemon Gold and Silver had a re-release on the 3DS, didn't it?
It did, yes.
Now, did the whole link cable thing work with those?
I have no idea because I never owned it. I didn't buy it.
Yeah,
I should have.
I only saw like pictures of like the original Gold Silver being on 3DS like yesterday. I was like, holy shit! I didn't know they did that. But
yeah, no, that was a thing. I don't know how trading worked on it though. That's interesting.
If it did,
wasn't the 3D? I don't know. Because I think the 3DS was like the console that you could get like Pokemon traded up like all the way from like OG Blue or no, that was the DS Lite. That's what it was. DS Lite, you could trade all. If you had a DS Lite and a 3DS, you could trade all the way up to like current gen.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was like the console that did that. So I don't know. I don't know if you could like have your 3DS version of Pokemon Gold and then have a cartridge version of Pokemon Gold and then interact with the two via those two devices. I don't think that's possible. It would be interesting. I don't know if, I want to Google that now.
So I'm kind of
That's
thinking
really
about this whole
interesting.
trading thing. Like, can you trade from Let's Go, which was like kind of that spin-off from Let's Go into like, say for example, Sword and Shield? Because if you can, then theoretically you can trade Pokemon from Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, it would be. Oh my god, if they put like Pokemon Fire Red and then you can trade those Pokemon into Sword and Shield somehow, that would be really weird, but also really cool.
The crazy thing,
I feel like they'll do like a third like a, I don't even know what it's called, like a different app that's for it, like they did with the Wii or whatever, and Pokemon Coliseum, I think, like Pokemon Ranch or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, totally agree. Completely about what y'all are talking about, following completely, and I wholeheartedly agree that none of this shit makes sense. Now,
for context, Cord has never played a Pokemon game in his life.
I intend to keep it that way for as long as I can. Now,
why?
Fucking bitch.
My God. You suck.
Was there anything else meaningful that I cut you off from saying, or were you just going to continue
a little bit, actually.
on
I was going to talk about one thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because we were talking about the whole Let's Go thing, and I wanted to mention, like, it's if you can trade from Let's Go into like main series games, then theoretically you can get Shiny Celebi from Pokemon Go, because they did an event with that to get Shiny Celebi, and I think Shiny Mew is actually available, and those are Shiny Mythics. Like, I remember reading
really hard.
I remember reading like that they guard that shit really, really closely to make sure that you don't that they don't give away Shiny Mythics. But if you could from Pokemon Go to Let's Go and then into main series, you could get Shiny Celebi.
Yeah, it wasn't Shiny Celebi only available in like Japanese Pokemon centers in real life or some shit. Yeah. Damn. That would be really crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyways, that was the only point I wanted to make. I really want to find out though.
No, that's a cool point. And then I feel like we can move on to a little bit of some other like silly news right here and talk about Souja Boy claiming to own Atari because he just did one day. In reality, the situation was that he bought their cryptocurrency, not their stocks. So he doesn't own like 51% of their stocks. He bought their cryptocurrency.
Why is Atari on cryptocurrency? That's the first question. Oh, wait. Whoa. Hold the phone right now. Okay, wait. I want to back up just for the audience, just to fully understand what I'm thinking through right now. What you're telling me is that Atari hopped on the Dogecoin train and went, you know what? Let's make ourselves a cryptocurrency and put it in our name.
Yes.
And Souja Boy, apparently this dumbass went, oh, hey, look, Atari stock is at like 10th of a cent right now. Let's own 50% of that bitch right now, baby. I want to own Atari. And then Atari went and came out and was like, that's our crypto, man. The normal stocks are about.
No. That's not what they did. Okay.
No?
So
okay.
Basically, Souja Boy goes on like Instagram Live and he starts cussing just like crazy. He just starts cussing at Atari. He's like, fuck you, Atari. I own your ass. Whatever. He's like talking all this shit. And then like 5 minutes later, the official Atari Twitter account goes, just like an announcement to everybody, Souja Boy does not own our company. It's so funny.
That's some troll level shit though.
It's so good.
But that's the thing, is like,
it's so ridiculous.
When you own stock in a company, technically you own a portion of that company. But like an infinitesimally small portion. If you're buying a cryptocurrency, which Atari probably has like a crypto token based off of Ethereum, and in no way does a crypto token mean any kind of ownership. And to claim, oh my God.
Dude, my man probably went, yo, I missed out on that Dogecoin train. Yo, wait, Atari, I recognize that name from my childhood, dog. Put my money in that shit right now. I want to own that shit right now.
Was this a failed attempt at pumping and dumping a crypto coin? Like, was he saying this shit just so they could be like, oh, I claim I earn Atari? Then he was like trying to make some sort of virality out of it to make the Atari coin go up so that he could dump it later. Like, if that's actually the case, it might have actually worked.
I don't know if that is the case. That was really smart, but at the same time, he made a fool of himself because that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
That is not the first, last, or 100th time that guy is going to make a fool out of himself.
Oh my God!
I remember back when Crank That originally came out, and he was doing shit all over YouTube. I remember he was like going off on this video that he made on YouTube talking about everybody hates him because he honestly is a terrible rapper. He was talking about how This was just an outlandish claim and incredibly stupid. He was like, every time you click the dislike button, I get 50 cents. Oh my
Dude,
God.
I wish.
Bro.
That is some crazy CPM. That is insane.
BRB, guys, I'm going to
Dude.
spam dislike on my YouTube videos real quick. _gamer.
Money printer go burr.
Oh my God. That would be awesome. Jeez. But he also did like the Souja Boy console shit, and now he's just doing this.
Oh, goodness
So
gracious.
weird.
I feel like he's trying to do like Lil Nas X style, kind of trying to stay relevant things,
Yeah.
but just absolutely failing at it like he always does.
It's just like so stupid.
Looks at Little Nas
That's
X.
so
Yo, that man
ridiculous.
pregnant. What can I do? Fuck it. Buy Atari. Buy Atari. We're buying Atari. Get that shit right now.
He probably called his accountant. He was like, "Hey, can I own Atari?"
His accountant's probably just some yes man. He's like, you can do whatever you want, Soulja Boy.
He's like his mom or something. She's
You
like,
most certainly
you can
can."
do anything you want. Follow your dreams, honey. Oh my God.
You know, what if he was like,
Well,
yo, mom, buy me Atari, and the mom went to the cryptocurrency
Oh my
and just
God.
completely fucked up the transaction or whatever the
That's his
secretary.
birthday gift. Oh my God. All right. I think that's going to be all from us for this episode, because we're encroaching on that hour mark. We're about 56 minutes in. This has been an absolutely fantastic episode. Big thank you to the co-hosts. Cord, where can we find you on social media?
_gamer on every planet known to man except Facebook, because I don't go where the boomers go.
Yeah, screw Facebook. Anyways, Noc, where can we find you? Also on
You can
Facebook.
find me on facebook.com/Noc.V.music.
The oldest motherfucker here has a Facebook.
Hey, Facebook is actually a decent like platform for music. Not for anything else, but yeah. But anyways,
Decent platform.
Fair point.
It's a decent platform for anti-vaxxers, music, and boomers. Anyways, continue, please.
Sheesh.
I would say you can find me on Noc. Oh fuck me, that's not the URL.
Knocked out
You
what?
can do it, man.
Knocked out what?
Noc.v.net.
Oh.
Twitter.com/Noc.V, Twitch.tv/NOCV. Oh god.
All right, you can find me on twitch.tv/Muzio_MUZI0H_ and on Twitter at It's Muzio, same spelling as before, but without the underscore. And guys, that has been this week's episode of the Meme and Die podcast. We will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye.